Instead of... I got that.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the 86th review show, where each week one of the staff members picks a movie, and usually on Thursday nights, we review it. And who is the staff? Well, over there is the one and only Johnny Vintage. Somewhere down there is the one and only Franklin Bay. And somewhere in the wings, which we're afraid of as to who she's going to attack this week.
Oh,
So keep us on our guards. But yeah, so this week, this one of the staff, which happened to be Franklin Bay, picked a fantastic movie, as far as I'm concerned. Not that I'm giving it away, you know, as far as what my rating's going to be. Yeah, this week he picked Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window, and I'm going to tell you, this is one of my favorite films. This review might go on for a while because I have so many likes and so few dislikes. But to get it started, we're going to ask you, Frankie, why this film?
well, when I first heard the title, I was very nervous about the movie, but but the first time I caught it, it was like, I don't know if it was like HBO or one of those cable channels at the time. We're talking back in the Stone Age when we still had like phones attached to our walls and we had to dial. But it's when they released all these Alfred Hitchcock movies that were like kind of limbo for a little while. We talked about this before. It was this movie, Rear Window, Rope, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Vertigo. But this one just caught me right away. It's today. It wasn't anything I planned to watch. It's like, oh, great. You know, Jimmy Stewart's on, Alfred Hitchcock, you know, great. How can you lose? Definitely wasn't going to lose. First time seeing this movie, instantly on my top 10 list of all movies. So, you know, that kind of foreshadows what my rating might be. As you said, you know, there's more likes and dislikes. There are a few, but we'll see if that affects the rating. Johnny?
Well, I basically watched it for the very first time today. Yeah.
Damn kids.
I don't know. I don't know how I avoided seeing this, you know, growing up, but yeah, it'll be. I've got a few notes.
I know who's gonna have the unpopular vote tonight.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. You know, it's definitely a Hitchcock film. But yeah, we'll get into more in a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, like Frankie was saying, this was part of what they call the five. By the way, I'm wearing Psycho in honor of Hitchcock tonight.
By the way, I'm Psycho in honor of Hitchcock. Sorry, go ahead.
No, as you were saying, this is part of what they called the Five Lost Hitchcock films. Like you mentioned, Rope, The Trouble with Harry, of course, this one, Vertigo, because Hitchcock had bought the rights back to each one of these films, and he wanted to leave them as a legacy for his daughter. So he gave her the rights to these, and they weren't seen. My gosh, I mean, when did this come out? 54. It was finally released back into the theaters with the rest of those films back in 1984. So there was a whole 30-year period that nobody had seen these things. The first time I had seen it was on cable too. I mean, this was not one of those things where though I could have probably seen it in 84 when it was released, but I mean, I don't know, at that time, Hitchcock, I loved Hitchcock movies, but I mean, I guess it just at that point wasn't my thing until I started to really get into his films which was around that period of time. And that's when these came to cable, especially this Rope. I love
Yeah.
Rope. I'll talk about that some other time.
I've never seen that one either.
Well, it took me a while to see that one, believe it or not. I only saw that like in the past 10 years. So,
Were you watching instead Power Rangers?
My Power Rangers was after my childhood. I apologize.
I might have been after mine. I still watched it. I love that thing, Ranger.
And another, I mean, a great cast here.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Talking about Jimmy Stewart, Grace Kelly, who became the Princess of Monaco and unfortunately died in a car crash in 1982. I know I'm going to go with the morbid stuff as usual. Of course, you had Raymond Burr, which a lot of people knew, of course, as Ironside or from Godzilla. They knew him. Thelma Ritter, who was the I guess the nurse. She had been in a lot of things. Miracle on 34th Street. I bet you what some people don't know is Miss Lonely Hearts, the one that almost committed suicide, Judith Evelyn.
Yeah.
She was actually the wife in The Tingler. The mute wife in The Tingler. And
another title ought to be scared to watch.
And then the cop, Wendell Corey, who started out tremendously in his career, but then started doing things like Women of the Prehistoric Planet and things like that. I guess we all got to wind up somewhere. But, what I found interesting about his character, the character's name was Tom Doyle. Does that ring a bell with anybody? Tommy Doyle?
From Miracle on 34th Street.
Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Halloween. Yeah.
Well, you remember? I mean, I thought,
Carpenter.
Wow, is that where Carpenter got that from? And of course, Carpenter.
More than likely.
A big Hitchcock fan, but all right. Well, anyway, let's get into our first thoughts about this, and our likes, and hopefully Johnny Vintage has some. So we're going to start with you.
Doc says hi to everybody.
Yep.
Juke, yeah. He said he caught it on late night cable just like you did.
AMC, yeah.
Yeah. Trouble with Harry, so much fun.
Oh yeah, another. I mean, there's not many Hitchcock films that aren't a lot of fun, or at least intriguing.
Yeah, that's what Juke agrees. I
Also agrees about the Pink Ranger too. Hey, it's cool. She's the same age as my wife. It's fine.
Yeah, I enjoyed this movie.
I hope so.
Gee, or what?
I
didn't say or what. I just said I hope you enjoyed it.
It's funny. I don't know if I could pinpoint any specific likes. A lot of my comments are not necessarily dislikes. It's just kind of observations.
You have a likable observation.
I just like how this whole neighborhood refuses to use curtains for the most part. Everything. It's like,
especially when you're killing somebody. That's the point.
Or if you miss torso.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is. I don't know if I got the picture up. No, I probably don't yet. I'll keep working on it.
Would you like me to go to Frank and come back to you, or are you okay?
Yeah, please go to Frank and come back. I gotta find something. I pass.
Yes,
I pass. We're losing the audience. I understand.
Okay. I'm at least a half a dozen favorite parts that I made note of, but I could probably keep going, but I'll cap it there. The first favorite part, I think, is when Lisa finally realizes and is on board with.
Yes.
And she's like, all right, tell me everything from the beginning, you know, and all of a sudden it's like, woof. And of course that leads to him seeing a side of her that he wanted to see, or, you know, thought was missing. Didn't think she was capable of being adventurous and daring and crazy. And yeah, she was all of those. And also the tension, like, not that I enjoy watching people in tension, but they caught it so. I mean, here he is in the wheelchair. He's got this big cast, and when she sneaks into, you know, the guy's house, you know, Perry Mason's house, and, you know, when he catches her, you know, he thinks he's witnessing her demise or hurt or whatever, and just the anxiety and then wow, I just
Well, you could have called him Steve Martin. That was his name in Godzilla.
Really. Steve Martin
or Perry Mason or Ironside.
He was just a wild and crazy guy.
It's funny, in reverse, in Ironside, he's the guy in the wheelchair, and this time it's Jimmy Stewart, you know?
Yes.
It'd be great if there was an episode of Ironside that Jimmy Stewart came in and tried to kill him. Now about that picture, you see? All right, the courtyard set, unfreaking believable. You know, and the extras that we saw, if we watched them, I did. They're saying that was like a soundstage, and they never had a set that big, and they like gutted it, like the street was the cellar level or whatever.
Yeah, in the basement, yeah.
Just unbelievable, the set. Could you imagine going to see a play production with a set like that? It was just ginormous, especially for the time. And they also said it was like really, really hot because all the lighting, you know, they didn't have the nice, you know, not hot lights that we have now.
Like LEDs, yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody going home with a tan at the end of the day, especially Miss Torso.
Well, and what's interesting, Miss Torso lived in that apartment.
Yeah,
because there was actually running water and electricity that was kept. Those apartments were like very sustainable. And
wow, that's amazing. And they didn't do any close-up work on him, you know, just except from his camera point of view, which is very clever. You know, they kept it all from the point of view of his apartment. Even his buddy there, Doyle. You know, I guess they filmed footage of him in his office or whatever, but instead they decided to just keep it as a phone call. You know, keep all the calls through the phone.
Oh yeah, that was the agent.
Yeah. Oh, the agent. Yeah.
And it was actually Gig Young. They had filmed that part.
Oh yes, yes, that's what I heard.
I mean, and thank God they didn't use it because, you know, the fact that they just did it from that whole contained area.
Yeah, because in a sense, we're trapped too, just like he is, you know. Yeah. I mean, in that world, I mean, we can't go out and so we're stuck there too.
Though the only thing that differentiated from that was the beginning with the girl sunbathing in the helicopter. That's you perverts.
No, that's actually one of my dislikes. We'll get into that later.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on your dislike.
That's all right. It's in my notes too, that particular scene.
There was some excellent dialogue, humorous dialogue between many of them. You know, like him and Doyle and him and her, and the funniest was like Stella when he was all excited about the breakfast and he's about ready to eat his bacon, and she keeps talking about ways of cutting up a body and spreading it out each time he goes to take a bite. Meanwhile, she's munching away on her toast, or his toast. She's just great. I loved Stella's character. I remember the first time I saw that. Another thing I really liked, that sequence where he's alone in the night of the murder, you know, as we come to find out. But just the way that whole night unwinds, you know, it's really, really hot. It's like late night. He's uncomfortable. He's restless, you know, but he's still nosy and being a voyeur and you know, in and out of sleep. But you just felt like you were going through that night with him, just in that whatever 2 or 3 minute segment of the film. And the other one last thing I'll mention for likes is just like with the birds, the lack. I can't say really the lack of a score, because they did use a score, but it was played through the sounds across the street, you know, or her playing a record inside, or I think she played a record or music or something like that. That's
what I loved about it.
But mostly from that piano guy, who was an interesting fella too, which we'll probably mention later. But you know, it was just amazing. So much more to like about it. But I love the fact that especially at the part, I really realized that when we come to the final confrontation between Raymond Burr and Jimmy Stewart in the ledge, I mean, there's all that struggling and yelling and there's no music. You know, it'd be funny if the guy across the street was like,
yeah, I mean, and that's something that really struck me about this, because Franz Waxman is credited with being the composer, and he did the music for Bride of Frankenstein.
oh, that
There
too.
was a ton of other music, but I mean, I believe he only did the opening credits, and then I'm not sure if he did that last one, the closing about her, that song that was about Lisa.
Oh, the guy that the finished song, yeah, the Lisa song, yeah, I don't know,
but
possibly.
And I mean, that's what I loved about every bit of sound that came out of there was from something that was happening within.
Yeah, the dancers, music.
Oh no, I'm telling you, that's where this was amazing. All right, Vintage. I hope I gave you enough time. What do you?
Well,
I have enough to say too, but I'll let you go.
That's right. We probably lost everybody on my review.
No,
hey, we've got 5 people watching, so
hey,
yeah, Doc and
We're
Juke
right here.
and they're participating. They have a lot of great things to say.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that tension in the scene where he can't do nothing and he's in the wheelchair and he's watching. Yeah, he's watching Raymond Burr, assault the girl, and I mean, yeah, that's got to be a helpless feeling. Kind of like a helpless feeling is like him being in that cast. Now,
Something's coming.
You sure you don't want to bring Jenny on to do this?
No,
No,
this isn't a Jenny film. This is a good film. It's just observation. Now when he had that cast on, is there an upper part to that cast? Was it my imagination, or was those bandages?
No, I think it was.
That was his undershirt.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Because when you get the
that it was only a leg.
No, he didn't have a shirt on, and it was like the white part.
Well, I don't know. It was the 50s. Maybe they were weird crap back then. I don't know.
I was just wondering, because if that cast goes all the way up to his butt, how the hell does he take a crap? That's
Stella's problem. That's for Stella to figure out. $1
Yeah, I'm just curious, and anyway.
Watching the Hitchcock, yeah, that's the first thing I thought of too. How did he take a crap?
That's why he's so self-conscious and kept like shying away from her. It's like, for God's sakes, let's not get personal here.
Yeah, if you see like the behind the scenes thing, you could see it was just a cast because it's actually on top of his leg.
Yeah,
so it wasn't supposed to be, But I don't know, maybe it was.
I was just curious. Anyway, there's other things. Trust me.
But that would be a problem, and that would make me crappy too. The guy, he's like, well, at least you can go to the bathroom. He's jealous.
Anyway, I enjoyed the tension. I enjoyed that set too. It was kind of it's funny in parts. I'll get as soon as it's alike. Now I'll save it for the next section.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of the banter back and forth was really good. I mean, who was it that wrote this? John Michael Hayes, who had written other screenplays for Hitchcock, did this. And the thing about it was based on a short story called "It Had to Be Murder," and there was no other elements in that. There was no girlfriend, there was no maid, there was. I even think the police, were involved in that. And to create what he created out of this short story, to me, was amazing. And the dialogue back and forth, the banter, and like you said, sometimes serious, sometimes joking. I mean, that's what made this film so intriguing to me. And again, one of my favorite parts, which you had mentioned, Frank, as being your part, is when she comes to the realization. It's like she's trying to convince him that he's No. You're imagining this. You're imagining, and all of a sudden you see that light go on. Like she sees that part. That and to be honest with you, her introduction too. What a great shot.
Like an angel.
Face. I mean, she was a beautiful person to begin with, but just the lighting, the way they did that with that, no, that was amazing.
It really was.
And it just, I think another like of mine with this is just Hitchcock actually directed that from his apartment. He was never anywhere else on that set. Everybody had earpieces. You couldn't see. They had flesh-colored earpieces, so he was actually in Jimmy Stewart's apartment the whole time, directing the whole thing from there. He never. I mean, I'm sure he stepped foot on, the sound stage and everything for certain things, but as far as directing it goes, no, he directed it from that apartment and was telling everybody what to do. It was just so intriguing, and like you said, the tension. When the tension came, I mean. Like I said, what I liked about it is how logical everybody's trying to be about it, and almost had him convinced that he was wrong.
Almost
He didn't see what he saw until all the little clues started coming in. Like again, I mean, one of my favorite parts too, as as weird as it is, was when he was looking at the flowers through the. Remember he had the slide of the flowers, and he could see the window flowers. So many great things like that, and there's just so many little details about it.
The flash with the way they did the flash when he was like flashing at Burr, just that whole.
And tell me you weren't on the edge of your seat when she was in the apartment.
Oh God, no.
That your heart's pumping, and you're like, is she gonna get caught? Is she gonna get And I think I appreciated this more, being that I did see it later, when I'm, older. Than not that I didn't appreciate Psycho and The Birds, but there's just certain aspects of films that as a child you don't see until you get older. And there was a lot of aspects that I'm glad I saw this probably when I was in my 30s, where I could enjoy it more and say, oh, okay, now I see why they did this. And that. But, I mean, again, I could go on forever with my likes about this, but I'm going to stop it there for now. And who should we go for dislikes?
Hey, I'm 56. It's my first time seeing it at 56.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the way it is sometimes. Because I didn't see it until I was older. Probably mostly everything you pick, but I'm just sorry, that was a little jab. We're gonna go to you, Johnny, about dislikes.
There's no real dislikes. This movie left me with this one question: is what the hell does she see in Jimmy Stewart?
Really? I mean, he's cool, but
I don't.
I have to agree with you because I thought that from the first time I saw this film. So go ahead.
Exactly.
I just didn't feel the chemistry there. I mean, and plus he comes off as a jerk, and he can't take a hint, I mean, several, but that's okay. Also, that's fine. Also, he's a pervert. He's fucking spying on all these neighbors for part of
Oh, Miss Torso.
Or what about the other couple in the
oh my God.
Come on, it's 1950. It's 1954. Watch TV. Come on.
Yeah, there's also the couple with the mattress on the fire escape.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I look at all these people that have their windows. I think it's hot out and stuff. Do none of you all own a fan?
When did those come out?
I get it because fans make noise and the sounds, but not a single one of them people had a damn fan going in their apartment. You're sweating your ass off, all right? You're sleeping on the balcony. Yeah. Anyway,
it was romantic.
Well, an interesting thing about that too, with that part when it started raining and they were scrambling, he had given them each a different direction
I love that.
and didn't tell the other one. See, that's where those earpieces came in. So she was pulling the mattress one way, he was pulling the other way, and one of them actually fell in the apartment. That was all impromptu.
Yes.
And he liked it so much that he just kept it that way.
That was brilliant on his point. He did that on purpose. That's fantastic. I love it.
When they're doing that mattress thing, I kept thinking, this is probably, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but there was a Family Guy episode where they recreated Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
And Peter and his son are trying to get the couch out of the trash compactor, and they go, turn it this way. No. Oh. That's what that reminded me of. There's what's the name of the girl that was helping the doctor? You know, she'd come in and massage him down.
Oh, Thelma.
Stella. Yeah.
Or Stella, not Thelma.
Stella, yeah. But I liked at one point where Stella's catching watch out the window, you know, where she's talking about, you know, people back in the day, you know, would get a red hot poker to the eye.
You know, peeping Tom.
Something you also get at a glory hole. Anyway. But I still don't understand. You know, she likes Jimmy Stewart. She finds out he's a pee-pee Tom, and, you know, and he's constantly, you know, saying these rude things, and she sticks with him. Apparently, she's very well to do, and I just
it's Hitchcock.
Let's see. Oh, I thought when she finally came around, like, oh no, now he's made her a pervert too.
Yeah. And Stella too.
Yeah, but they weren't watching anybody have sex or anything like that. It was just
no, because those shades were closed.
Yeah.
The honeymoon couple.
When they pulled their shades down, they were the only smart ones in the whole movie.
Yeah, poor guy tried to get a breath of fresh air. Harry!
Come back!
It's like, jeez! You insatiable bitch!
I don't know. There's not really too many bad parts.
I have to apologize. The windows are open. It was such a nice day, and strangers on a train are coming by. Right?
Hey, that's fine. I thought about recording it earlier today because the train I heard was going outside when I was watching the movie.
That's the only thing about. Whoa.
Oh,
Screw. I got burritos tonight. Hey, Doc.
Here's something I noticed. All right. Is this woman the apartment?
That's from the Tingler. She's from the Tingler.
Yeah. And this is her whole apartment. So this is her entranceway. This is her kitchen. And then you go back and that's her dining room / living room. And it goes right into this room here. And the reason I first picked this picture out, and I'm looking where she's got her mirror and her lamp and everything. Well, those windows fold out, right? So she's literally going to have to reach over all that crap to close her windows. But then I'm looking at
the hardships of the 50s, yeah.
But if you look to the right, where she's setting, you'll see her Chester drawers is up against the wall, right? And so then I guesstimate that there's probably only 8 feet between the front wall and that window. So it's a super narrow apartment. So where the hell's her bed? The dining room table is right next to the end of the couch. So if you're sitting at the end of the couch, you almost could eat on the dining room table.
You ever watch these movies for entertainment purposes?
And then it goes straight into her kitchen. So unless her bathroom is between those 2 brick walls, that's the tiniest damn apartment and inconvenient as hell. So yeah. Honestly, it's a visual. That's why I like Hitchcock. I pick up on these visual things. And
Did you stick somebody in that reflection of the window on the right? Because it kind of looks like somebody. Looks like
no.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Almost looks like there's a vacuum. But no, that's nothing done on purpose. That's actually just a picture I took with my phone of the screen. Because
Oh my gosh, you're right. It does look like a vacuum. Here's the bag in the bottom, black. Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
How is it clean, lady?
Honest to God, everybody, that is not on purpose. That's just I froze that scene. It is not intentional in any way. It's just ironic and funny.
Well, I got to give it to you, Vintage. You make me look at these movies like I've never looked at them before.
I love knowing it.
I never thought about the square footage of the rooms. Thank you. You made me.
Now you can go back the next time you watch. You can look at every room because every room's sort of that way, except for Jimmy Stewart's. He's got the most. He must pay a buttload of rent that place because he's got the best one. He's got room.
I don't know though. His room wasn't that big if you look at it.
But it's more than 8 feet. I mean,
well, I don't know though. Compared to the other ones, all you saw was that like living room, and then remember when the guy came in to do the food for the kitchen? It was like this little alcove in the back. It was, yeah. I mean, unless of course there was rooms off to. Now he's got me thinking about real estate. Jeez.
It's what I do. It's what I do.
All right. I don't know. Was that your likes or dislikes? I don't even remember now. It's been so long.
Really, like I said, it's one of those movies I don't really have any real dislikes. That's just observations. That's what I got to roll with tonight.
Well, I'm going to throw it over to you, Frank, for if you have any dislikes.
I do. I'll try to
have
be
a couple.
fair.
I'm wondering if they're going to be the same as yours.
Of course, I mean, you got to consider the time. It was 1954, special effects. There wasn't really a lot of them in this, and the ones that they had were very noticeable. Like the peeping Toms in the helicopter, that was totally out of place.
And I think that was from another movie, too.
Yeah, but it was like...
I can't put my finger on it, but I think that helicopter scene was from another Hitchcock film that I almost...
yeah. Probably, yeah. Probably the birds, and then a bunch of birds come and peck it down.
It sure didn't look like that was very safe flying that close to the.
Yeah.
Hey, your dislikes are over. Be quiet. It says.
Well, there's that. I'm sorry. This one's serious. This is the one thing I really don't like, but I can't hold it against them because it was part of the story. Whatever, but the dog's death. I hate that part of the movie.
There you go.
Hate it. It's for obvious reasons. And the speech she gives, she's heartbroken. Yeah, she's like kind of throwing out, who would do this? Oh, he was just a little guy, only one that was friendly in this whole neighborhood. But you just feel it, and I'm glad they had another one towards the end. That's cute. And the only other thing that I really dislike about that is that the killer turned out to be Raymond Burr. I was really hoping it was going to be a 7-foot rabbit named Harvey. The rabbit did it. Yeah.
Who framed Harvey Rabbit?
Yeah. Harvey, hide the gun.
Well,
another great movie. And that's about it.
I actually got to see a stage presentation of Harvey.
I did too. That was my very first play as a kid. It was a high school production, but I loved it. It gave me the bug, because they had so much fun doing it.
Harvey, the one with Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah.
You saw it? Yeah. Both of you saw it, Steve? I never saw a stage.
It was my first stage play. It wasn't professional, but I loved it. Where was yours?
Ours was in Stanton. Well, actually, we're in Verona now, but they have a professional or semi-professional stage crew that they do things. Actually, they've moved back here to Stanton in an old school.
Cool.
Performing now, but I saw it at the place they were at in Verona was an old food line. And they had built a stage and everything in there, and the door. They made the door open and close by itself. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe this is something. Maybe we should all get together and stage our own production.
Yeah, we'll do Harvey.
Or Virginia Harvey.
Or we'll do Rear Window. Who's going to build the set?
Well, we can do that anywhere, but
I'll break my thumb with the first hammer and nail.
all right, my dislikes. Well, you covered my one dislike, the dog, being killed and how it was killed. But I mean, again, that was pertinent to the story. It wasn't just thrown in there like I've seen with other films where, I don't know, where an animal getting killed is just for the shock value.
That's why I thought it was Harvey.
And at the beginning, I don't know if you noticed at the very beginning when they first showed the courtyard and they kind of panned over and you see the kids on the street playing.
Yeah.
The fire. Did you see the dog tied to the fire hydrant?
Yeah.
I was like, come on.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, but people used to do that kind of stuff. People used to let their dogs run around the neighborhood. You could.
Yeah, you're out there. These kids are out there having fun. Let the dog go out there and have some fun. Got tying them up to the fire hydrant.
Better than being tied up to the back of the Griswold station.
You mentioned the kids, though. That's one thing I was glad about. There weren't really any kids within the apartments. There was, like, they showed somebody with their kids in the upper right side, but they weren't really part of that whole. And of course, the kids on the street. But with all the foul play going on there, and the newlyweds and the music, I just. Geez.
Oh yeah, there was some hanky panky going on. Look at that, that big party they were having. Who knows? That's, I don't know. I mean, that's like my only real dislikes about it, except for one thing. And I don't know if you noticed this. When Thornwall comes in and he's trying to push Jimmy Stewart out of the window, did you hear that noise that he made? He's like, what the hell was that?
Why didn't I notice that?
Oh my gosh, go back and look at it when he's pushing him out the window.
Or was it Thorwall?
No, I'm telling you, it was when Thorwall was trying to push Jimmy Stewart out, just as Jimmy Stewart was grappling with him, he goes.
Maybe he's how you like that. He started tickling.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if someone was trying to push me out the window, I'd make that noise too. I don't know. I'd put the like my
sailor man.
Well,
go back and watch it. From the first time I watched that, I was like, "What the hell was that?" And I had to back it up and look again.
He did just set off like 3 or 4 flash bulbs, and those, I think, those old bulbs, those used to get really hot. So maybe he just like.
Oh no! This was when he had him on the bed and just about to throw him out the window. And he's struggling with him, and he goes. Like I said, maybe that's what you say before you crap your pants. I don't know.
That's all, folks.
Like, it was a dislike. I'm just saying, it's like the weird noise to make.
That's an observation.
Look at it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna isolate that clip and post it on Facebook.
It might work its way into
But I mean, other than that, I can't fault anything. Especially Stella, when she was talking when she noticed her taking the red pills.
Yeah.
When she noticed and she knew what that was, and he goes, "Well, how do you know?" And she goes, "Well, I've given enough." How did she put it?
Oh yeah,
I've given enough to
knock out
people in Hackensack.
Yeah.
New Jersey. Anybody that mentions Jersey is okay in my book. Okay. So. All right. So let's rate this, and I'm afraid to do this, but let's go to him first over there.
Man, it's your opinion, no matter what you say.
No, I know.
It's not going to affect mine.
I may surprise you. In fact, I know I'm going to surprise you later. So my first time watching it, today, and I like it. I mean, I like Hitchcock in general, the films that I've seen, but based on when it came out in '54, and the only, like I said, drawback I have is the chemistry. I just did not feel that thing between her and Jimmy Stewart. I just did not feel that. If the chemistry was there, it could be. I could have gave it a 10, but I think I'm giving it a 9.5.
Wow. Wow.
Well,
I know. I surprised, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I
Big
do
time.
have to say something about the chemistry. I mean, again, being that it was in the 50s and everything, that whole
Mhm.
machismo thing with the
That was
guys,
more common. Yeah.
almost like he had to act that way. But I mean, when it really came down to it, I mean, when she was in trouble, I mean, he looked like he was going to cry. He
Mhm.
was like,
Yeah.
So I mean, that you got to say something about that, for that anyway. But and then going back to being someone who grew up in a time when there was no central air, and my parents were too cheap to buy a window, air conditioner, and all I had was this little metal black fan sitting on. I can understand
Oscillating.
people sleeping out on the balcony and trying to keep cool and everything like that. But yeah, I'm not going to rate it yet. I'll wait till Frankie B rates it. So we get a 9.5 from Vintage.
Oh
That's
shit! Now I'm kind of embarrassed.
your highest rating, or
What?
you ever
Mine?
rated anything higher than that? Or
Yeah.
you did?
Actually, I gave Dark City a 9.5, and it's some
Yeah,
blood a
that's good.
9.5. I gave. Wait a minute. It's here. I gave The Crow a 10. But we
I
didn't.
did.
I
We
let
verbally rated that. Yeah.
Yeah.
let the right one in. I gave a 10.
Well, that was your pick, so that's what.
Well, I'm not saying I'm biased, but
And Dark City was your
regardless.
pick. That's why you gave it a 9.5. So, all right.
See, I didn't give it a 10.
Shit, I was gonna give us an 8.5. No, I'm kidding. I have only given out 110, and that was The Crow, and that wasn't an official. We didn't really vote at the time, but in one of our discussions, we all voted then, and clearly a 10. Definitely one of my favorite movies. Top 10, along with this one, is in my top 10. If you're in the top 10, you're a 10. So this is a 10 for me. No argument. That's even with the crappy special effects that, hey, it's 1954. I actually kind of got a kick the way they had Jimmy Stewart fall. I'm like, whoa.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's
but
kind of funny.
yeah, I mean, for the time, it was a little weird.
But that does not affect it at all, you know.
Because I remember he did the same thing with the guy falling off the Mount Rushmore too.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that scene because this is what it reminded me. It's not just Jimmy Stewart, and the other is Jack Nicholson falling from the church at the end of Batman.
Wow,
And
you're
look at
right.
how many years difference you're talking about there. Yeah,
Yeah, because that was
it's not that bad compared
Somebody
to that.
better fire the special effects guy.
54 to 89. We're talking about 35 years later. Yeah.
Yeah, because 89 was when Batman came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, that was like, come on. Well, they didn't want to risk hurting Nicholson.
But yeah, I mean that was ridiculous.
It was funny though. I remember me and my sisters were watching it, and we were into the movie. And after all that tense shit going down, and then we saw that, we laughed. So in a way, it was kind of good. It was like a tragic thing, but it was comic relief the way that he fell.
But then I loved it at the end.
Oh yeah.
Although this one's got a fresh battery, so it's a little more perky than his one.
All right. So Vintage, have I ever given anything a 10? Do you have in your notes?
Oh, yeah. How many examples would you like?
I have.
Mhm.
Yes. All right. The last one you gave a 10 was Late Night with the Devil.
Mm,
Pick.
My own pick. Yeah.
I get that. I get that.
You gave the Green Slime a 10.
All the reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, you and a certain Australian gave it a 10, and the rest of us gave that a 7. You gave Sinister a 10, and another one that's your pick.
Mm.
You gave Suicide for Beginners a 10.
Yeah. That wasn't my pick. Okay.
That wasn't. All right. Here's the rest of the scores. I'm going to tell you, and you tell me who picked what. Well, you don't have necessarily, but there was a 6, a 2, a 7.5, and a 5.
I know who the 2 was. For what? For Suicide for Beginners?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know who the 2 was. I remember.
But yeah, so 7.5, 5, and a 6.
What did I give it? Narrow it down.
7.5.
I was a 7.5. I must have been feeling generous.
I gave it a 5,
Wasn't a
and
bad
the other,
film.
No, actually, remember it wasn't.
and you gave House of Dark Shadows a 10.
It's because I didn't want Penny to beat me
1,
up.
2,
Oh
3,
shit!
4,
Don't let
5.
us
You wanted to put a curse on me.
You put out 6 10 so far.
Now, if I could do like we used to do and decide to change the ratings, I would give this a 10.5. But I mean, being we can only give it a 10, I'll give it a 10. I mean, I absolutely love this film. It's
Yeah.
great escapism. I mean, you're right. To me, what I love
Yes.
about this film is you're right there with
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Yeah,
that's going on.
exactly.
Makes you feel like you're right there.
It's
And,
almost claustrophobic.
yeah, kind of in a way, you know.
Mm.
But I'm just saying the fact that just like you, to me, you're like right there in what's going on. You're one of the voyeurs,
Mhm.
you know, watching it.
And later talking to the lawyers.
So yeah, I'll give it. I'm giving it a solid 10. If I could rate it higher, I would. One of my favorite films, and I thank you for picking it, Frankie. It's
No problem.
I mean, I usually watch it a couple times a year, so it was due.
Mm.
It was great to watch it again.
I hadn't seen it in a while, but it's just one of those things I've always been wanting to, and it's like, and this was the perfect time, you know. I was like, yeah.
Is that you putting a picture of a camera? Oh, very funny. That's the other part I like, how he just kept pulling out all those bigger and bigger lenses. Let me look closer. Let me look
Yeah. And he pulls those.
He had to balance it on his knee, you know.
And then, Stella
He
said,
should
let
just
me.
take one of those and use it like a Louis Vuitton slugger, you know, when that guy came
And I'll
out.
tell you what, Stella had some of the greatest lines too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, for
Yeah.
some of the part was so, you know, hey, let me look through that keyhole. When she took
Yeah.
it away from him, she goes, you know, nah, she was great.
She was awesome.
So let's go with final thoughts here. Vintage.
Well, I
You're
really,
gonna watch it again?
yeah, I would watch it again.
No, I didn't say would you. I said, are you going to?
I would. I might eventually. I've got so much I haven't watched yet, but I wouldn't be opposed to watching this. Not, you know, watching.
There's a remake of this for TV with Christopher Reeve.
Oh, with Christopher Reeves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
I tell you what, this
Mhm.
movie reminded me a lot of was Disturbia. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen it or not.
Oh, Disturbia was a good film. I actually like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what this movie reminded me of. Or I should say Disturbia kind of probably ripped Rear Window, but yeah, that's what it reminded me of. But I like that set because you kept looking down that little alleyway and you got a picture. You kept having actors walk back and forth that little slot at the end. There was a bar and there's room enough for like one car to make it down the street. It's not a two. It had to be a one lane because you couldn't fit 2 cars in that little stretch. And I just keep picturing actors and people driving a car past that little gap just to keep that.
But that's where the tension came in too, because remember that was the whole part with him, where you saw him going back and forth, and you weren't sure if he was coming back. I mean, you know, a lot of great tension builders in this film, and that was one of them. And to be honest with you, I'm not. I can't. I don't know if there've been many films like this that have been filmed in one set. I mean, Rope. You got to see that, Alfred Hitchcock's Rope. I mean, that was kind of the same thing here. But to me, a film that just is basically one set. I mean, okay, you saw the courtyard, maybe you saw his, you know, house, but then it kept going back. That's very hard to me to work.
Yeah, you limit yourself. You
Absolutely.
have to be very creative with how you use those shots and keep it interesting and keep the flow. Yeah. It was brilliant editing and planning, and they said that there was it was in the extras. They said there was like they took all the parts that they cut out and it fit just on one reel. So there wasn't a lot of edits. And Hitchcock said he was actually bored because he had already planned it all out. He already knew what he was filming. So he was just like kind of telling everybody else what to do. But he said it was actually kind of boring directing it because he'd already, well,
the fact that like Rope, it comes across almost like a stage play. Like this could be a stage play. You know, that's, all right. Well, is that your final thoughts, Frankie? Do you have more?
I got blood. I'm sorry. Did I step on yours? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I did. I mean, was that it, Vintage? Did you have more to say? Or
I thought I did, but I've done forgotten.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
But, not as a downer, but when the woman's dog was killed, and she gives that speech, and there's that one line, she says he was killed because he liked you.
Or did you kill him because he liked you? Yeah.
He was killed because he liked you. She
was ecstatic with grief, you know. I get that. I hope he didn't really kill a dog just to get the performance out of her.
Oh, yeah, I get that part too.
I can't remember what else I was gonna. Oh, there was this line where Jimmy Stewart was, when he was talking to her, like, hey, you know, we was talking about his trips, photography, whatever, and you haven't survived minus 20-degree weather and in some airplane or whatever. I'm thinking, you know what? You're not going to survive 20. I mean, there's only so long that your body's going to like, hey, this is too much, man. And
I like Jimmy Stewart as an actor a lot. I mean, I always liked him, but I have to say, when he took his shirt off to get that massage, ooh, not exactly a physical specimen there. You know,
it's like Tom Hanks in Castaway. It's like, oh,
oh man, oh, but
watch it.
Watch it. Yeah, I mean, that would be my recommendation. Watch it. If you can, make a double feature out of it. Watch this and Alfred Hitchcock's Rope, which also had, Jimmy Stewart, Stuart Granger. Again, a one set movie that just holds you from beginning to end. And, that's my thing about this.
Awesome.
Okay, so have you decided, Johnny, what we're doing next week, or are you still gonna?
I have final thoughts.
I thought you did them already.
No, that was just that was just me stepping in.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then we'll get right to it. All right, Miss Lonely Heart felt very sad for her character, but was very happy for her happy ending. She hooked up with the musician, who was actually the guy. What's his name? Ross Bagdasarian. He's the guy that wrote the song "Come On to My House, to My House." And he also is responsible for the Chipmunk song and things that followed, and also the Witch Doctor. According to what I read.
Ooh, the guy, the guy, the composer,
the actual musician was an actual composer and a songwriter.
Oh wow!
And he actually wrote the songs. The Chipmunk song and the "Come On to My House" and the Witch Doctor song. It's like, wow, that's kind of neat. The newlyweds, the inflatable bride that becomes a nag in the epilogue, she'll probably be the next murder victim.
They're going to move into that apartment.
Yeah. Oh, and just that's about it. And that's the last thing was like watching this. Each time I see this movie, it leaves me with the same satisfaction I got from the first time I watched it. It's definitely deserves to be in the top 10. And highly recommend anyone to watch this and the others of that series.
Mm-hmm. So that means watch it again, Vintage.
Yeah.
I like it. Like it again. All right, now are we done?
Yes, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. I give your final thoughts. I got to pay closer attention. Anyway, our next pick is going to be Vintage. Have you decided yet, or for next week?
I have thought about this, and there's a movie that just leaves me with visuals. It's really disturbing.
Uh-oh.
And it's got to be one of the scariest things, I think.
Tonight is a magical where I choose the cat that deserves a new life.
This guy Dane Judy Dench in it.
And Taylor Swift.
Come on! Let's dance!
I judge a cat by its soul.
I've got plenty of soul.
Spotlight and a drum.
Okay.
Really?
What is that?
Cats, right?
Cats. You
Yeah.
don't remember Cats?
I haven't seen it. But I heard
It's
it was
party
like,
time.
I told you it's one of the
This
scariest
self-serving
things I've
cat
ever
will be
seen.
reborn into another life. So they can be who they've always dreamed of being.
This is your
What's
pick
your
for
name?
next week.
Cat got your tongue?
Here we go!
Yeah, Jeff's gonna have my song on this. I didn't know that. Oh, wait a minute. That
Don't
was
mess with the crazy cat lady.
hell, I heard it.
Now it is time to make the choice.
Right, well, that's not going to work, is it? That's what I say to you.
Cross paws.
Come, we're about to begin.
I love it.
You mean you've never seen it? Speaking of cats, I got one over here. You look stunned. You know, your expressions is priceless.
I'm down for this. We're gonna do that, or you just busting our
This might be a worse pick than Exorcist. This might be a worse pick than Exorcist 2.
I'm just busting your balls.
Well, I'm still gonna watch it.
You should.
Have at it.
Now, here's the weird
Oh, no,
thing.
if you want to pick it, I'm game. I watch it.
Apparently, the cats originally had buttholes, and they actually originally removed the buttholes off this. It's a
I wonder how that affect Taylor Swift's record sales.
but no.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's if it's urban legend, but yeah, they were talking about the butthole cut because they actually somebody had to go in and erase all the buttholes off the cats.
Oh my god!
I'll see if I can find that article
like,
for you.
That sounds like the nipple shots in Batman or something.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, seriously, I'm not. Is this your pick? I mean,
no. I just wanted to see y'all's reactions to that.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Should have done it.
Well, you can watch it. Go ahead.
If they missed any buttholes, look, there's one.
Now, see, you should have waited. You should have made this your retribution. The one you're not telling us about.
No. Trust me, I've got a great one for next week. We can't show cats. You know, they won't allow.
That's on the 19th. Okay.
All right. So I
we
did
got to
pick one for next week.
Okay.
And this is what we're gonna watch.
Prepare yourself for the ultimate battle. Galaxy of Terror.
Hell has just been relocated. It orbits a burned-out star at the edge of the galaxy.
They're out there.
It's been waiting 1 billion years to scare you to death. Trapped in a living maze of terror.
What are the odds of us getting out of here?
What are the odds? Lose.
Stranded astronauts Edward Albert and Aaron Moran battle hordes of hideous shadow demons, encounter the razor-sharp living glass, brave the pit of doomed souls, just to discover the only way out is death.
Galaxy of Terror. Terror in Space.
Wow, good choice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
That
that.
movie, yeah, that movie has got Freddy Krueger in it, Captain Howdy.
Yeah, in other words, it was wasn't it also called Joni Loves Alien or something? It was?
It's also got My Favorite Martian in it too.
Ray Walston, really?
Yeah.
Mr. Hand.
Mr.
Wow.
Hand is in here. Yeah.
So
So
we should do this every week. We should have the trailer for the next week. That was like
I
really
will try. Yeah,
that's
I will
super
try.
professional. I love that. Yeah.
As long as it's not cats.
You had me with that. Yeah, I really thought you were serious. I was like, oh my gosh.
We got to find the bootleg version where they didn't remove the buttholes. Blue knot. The blue knot version.
Wasn't that called like the extended Hoover version or something like that?
Oh.
Or the extended glory hole version. Is that what it was? Wow. Wow.
Nasty.
So okay, anything else? Is that it? We're good? Next Thursday then. Galaxy of Terror, Johnny Van. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Have you seen it before, Frank?
No. I remember reading about it in Fangora when it was out, but I never got
they
to see
pushed
it.
it a lot in that magazine. I remember them pushing it. You know, I always thought they put money in it or something the way they were pushing it in the magazine, but I guess not. But I hear cats.
I thought we were gonna watch cats.
The cat's gonna attack him. He's gonna say, "What? Wait a minute."
I don't know where I put her bag of snacks.
That was my vote.
She'll be fine.
No, I heard that the complaints there's some obvious errors and boo-boos in cats. Like there's one part where you can see one of the cats is like he's wearing like regular pants and everything because they didn't have the full makeup on, but they kept the shot in there and a few other things.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so I might surprise you because my pick is on the 26th. Maybe I'll pick cats.
Ooh, meow. We should ask Flat Cat to tune in or to to guess. He would be all over
I
that.
tell you, one thing about this with Rear Window, I really wish we could have done it as a watch along.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
An episode, but
Ooh, Juke.
Juke. All right. Well, anyway, thank you. You had me a gal.
This is a Juke one, totally. This is the total Juke episode coming.
Well, thank you everybody who watched. I know Doc did. I know Juke did. Who else? I don't know. I can't see who else watched, but thank you.
That's
whoever
it.
The other
That's
viewers were.
My therapist.
Right, our doctor, our therapist, and our psychiatrist were watching.
Yes.
Too, so
Hope you took good notes this week.
more fodder for our next visits. So on behalf of Mr. Franklin Bay down there and Mr. Johnny Vintage over there, I'm Halloween Jack, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the 86, and we'll see you next Thursday with Galaxy of Terror. Peace out, everybody. Have a great night, and thank you for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
Nate.
Well,
Oh no!
Everybody, we want to thank you for joining us tonight for the 86th review of Rear Window. I am your host, Jenny Vintage, and what the fuck do you want? Yo, I don't appreciate being collateral damage. What you did last week to Frankie P and me is just wrong. I want you to apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I want you to mean it. How about I mean this? Based on your size, if you don't leave right now, I'm going to try to fully insert you into my puppet hole. Apology accepted. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Join us next week at 7:10 on Thursday, where we go over and review the movie Galaxy of Terror. Thank you for joining Johnny Vintage, Halloween Jack, Don't forget Frank. Screw Frank. Come on. And Frank LeBay. And join us Tuesday for the Green Hornet episode, Johnson. Good night, everybody. Still a bastard, Frank.
You're back. Oh boy.
I see you.
I'm gonna be seeing it in my sleep.